Hi, boys and girls. It's Rabbi Ferenczi. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Let's start with our angel hands. The Shabbat angels are peeking through the window while children light the candles and everyone's at home. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, and everyone's at home. The Shabbat angels are peeking through the window while Abba light Ema says the Kiddush, that's the grape juice, and everyone's at home. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, and everyone's at home. The Shabbat angels are peeking through the window while Abba says Hamotzi breaking bread, and everyone's at home. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, and everyone's at home. Okay, we're going to do Zungali. It's going to get quiet, and then a little louder, and then a little louder, and then quiet, and then loud. Okay, ready? Zungali, gali, gali, Zungali, gali, Zungali, gali, gali, Zungali, gali. And we say we volunteer in order to work, and we work in order to volunteer. Avodah leman hechalutz, hechalutz leman avodah, avodah leman hechalutz, hechalutz leman avodah. Zungali, gali, gali, Zungali, gali, Zungali, gali, gali, Zungali, gali, Zungali, gali, gali, Zungali, gali, Zungali, gali, gali, Zungali, gali. Hechalutz leman avodah, working. Avodah leman hechalutz. Hechalutz leman avodah. Avodah leman hechalutz. Okay, a little quieter. Zungali, gali, gali, Zungali, gali, Zungali, gali, gali, Zungali, gali, zoom. And you like to cover your ears because it's going to get loud. Zoom, and then zoom. Oh, my hands are already in the air. Let's do bim bam hands. Bim bam, bim 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam, chitty, bitty, bitty, bim. Bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. And Shabbat Shalom, hey! Shabbat Shalom, hey! Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, hey! Shabbat Shalom, hey! Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, hey, Shabbat, Shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shalom. This week's book is Can Hens Give Milk? I don't know, that's an interesting story. I bet they can't, but maybe there's a surprise ending. Maybe this has a M. Night Shyamalan twist in it. Shlomo and Rivka lived on a tiny farm in Chelm. They had 5 children, 12 scrawny hens, 1 rooster, and not much money. One day Rivka says, "We have plenty of eggs from our hens, but if we owned a cow, we would also have milk and cheese." It's true. Shlomo thought about what his wife had said. That night he lay in bed and thought about it until he fell asleep. Shlomo was a dreamer, and sure enough he had a dream. In his dream, a cow was eating fresh green grass in their small field. Then he noticed Rivka, his wife, milking the cow. Shlomo woke up with a start and said, "That's it!" He woke, shouting Rivka. She shouted, Rivka. It also woke their 6-year-old daughter, Toiva. Toiva rushed into her parents' room. "What's wrong, Papa?" "Let me ask you a question. Why does a cow give milk?" "Everybody knows that, Papa. A cow gives milk because she eats grass." Shlomo and Rivka beamed at their youngest daughter. "What a wise child you are," Shlomo said. "So if we feed grass to our hens, they'll still lay eggs, but they'd also give us milk." "Shlomo," said Rivka, "you are a genius." "I am indeed. A lot of people in Chelm are very silly, said Shlomo, and he blushed. Tova yawned and went back to bed. Shlomo and Rivka closed their eyes. They dreamed of fresh milk and cheese, and as they slept, their mouths watered. The next morning, Shlomo and Rivka tried to feed grass to their hens, but the hens refused. They ate only grain, as usual. Shlomo and Rivka were puzzled. A cow finds grass irresistible, said Rivka, yet our foolish hens turn up their beaks in disgust. Why is that? Their 4 oldest children merely shrugged. But Tova said, I know how to solve the problem, Rivka, Papa. Roll the grass into pellets that look like grain, then the hens will eat them. Rivka clapped her hands. Who would dare say that our little Tova does not have a wise head on her shoulders? She's a true daughter of Chelm. Now for your teachers, Chelm was a place full of silly people. Shlomo and Rivka rolled the grass into pellets. The children scattered the pellets, made of grass, around the yard. Everyone watched and waited, but still the hens only ate grain. Tovale, you're smart, said Shlomo. It's the hens who are stupid. You must think of something else. And she did. Tova instructed her brothers and sisters to grab the hens. The hens were not overjoyed. But as each hen opened its beak to protest, Tova popped a pellet inside. The hens clucked angrily, and the pellets gave them hiccups. They squawked as they ran back to the hen house. Shlomo was optimistic. In the morning, we'll surely finding our hens giving us both eggs and milk. Tova had to do one more thing before she went to bed. When everything was quiet in the coop, she placed bowls beneath the sleeping hens. All night long, Shlomo and his family dreamed of milk and cheese. What? The next morning, everyone rushed to the hen house. Shlomo and Tova lifted the hens. They checked the bowls. The bowls were empty. Not only was there no milk, but none of the angry, hiccuping hens had laid a single egg. Shlomo scratched his head. Such stubborn, foolish hens, he said. What are we to do? Now we won't even have eggs for breakfast. Papa, said Tova, I know someone who can help us. I'll be right back. Tova soon returned with the wise rabbi of Chelm. Shlomo and Rivka led him to the hen house. The rabbi examined the hens one by one. He opened their beaks and looked down their throats. He lifted them up, examined their feet. He scratched his head. He pulled on his beard. This is a puzzle, he said. I'm not sure I can help you. Tova had been watching the rabbi. As she watched, she had an idea. Excuse me, Rabbi, did you check underneath the hens? Rabbi looked down a little at Tova and frowned. Then he put on his reading spectacles, picked up the hen, turned it over, and examined it more closely. The rabbi's brows rose in amazement. She turned to Shlomo. Tova is a true daughter of Chelm. What do you mean, said Rivka. The rabbi showed Shlomo the hen's belly. Look. What? asked Shlomo. There's nothing there. Exactly, said the rabbi. These hens have no udders. They're just regular hens. They're not milk hens. No udders, not milk hens. I knew it was too good to be true, said Rivka. The rabbi saw how disappointed they were. I'll tell you what. I have 2 goats and 1 lonely rooster at home, but no hens. I'll exchange 1 of my goats for 6 of your hens. Goats also give good milk. You shall have milk, and I shall have eggs. Shlomo and Rivka thanked the rabbi. The next day they exchanged 6 of their hens for 1 of the rabbi's goats. Now they would have fresh milk and cheese. And their remaining hens, left to eat their grain in peace, began laying eggs again. Early one morning, Shlomo watched the hens pick the grain that helped them lay such delicious eggs. Then he looked at the goats. I never noticed, he said to himself, but goats are so much bigger than hens. That night, Shlomo had a dream. He dreamed his goat ate a mountain of grain and laid an enormous egg. Shlomo awoke with a start. Rivka, he shouted, children, I have an idea. Uh-oh, this Shlomo just keeps getting in more and more trouble. He's a troublemaker. He's got all sorts of foolish ideas. Okay, I think it's time for a song. I think there's someone come to visit us in the middle of our class. It's There's a dinosaur knocking at my door. Knocking 1, 2, 3. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, and she wants to spend Shabbat with me. Oh, first we light the candles, then we drink the wine, then we eat some challah and have a real good time. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, knocking 1, 2, 3. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, and she wants to spend Shabbat with me. Oh, she wants to spend Shabbat with me and you. let me tell you a little something from the Torah this week. This week in the Torah, we read special songs. We read 2 songs that the Israelites, Miriam and Moses, and all their brethren and sisters, sang when they crossed the Reed Sea, when God brought them out of Egypt. And then later we read the song of Devorah, who had a miraculous battle that she engaged in. She was a big chief of a lot of battle forces. So we have a lot of beautiful songs in the Torah this week that are, some of them are even quite long and some are short. So what we learn about that is that songs are really important in helping us feel spiritual, in helping us feel connected to God, and in helping us learn too. They help us remember things and practice things like our letters and our numbers. Sometimes we have alphabet songs like that. So when we sing together on Shabbat and even during the week, those are not just for fun. They fill our hearts, they fill our minds, and they lift up our spirits. That's one of the things the Torah wants us to remember about songs. So let's finish with our goodbye song. Shalom chaverim, shalom chaverim, shalom, shalom. Lehitraot, lehitraot, shalom, shalom. Goodbye, my friends, goodbye, my friends, goodbye, goodbye. Till we meet again, till we meet again. Goodbye, goodbye. Shabbat shalom, everybody. I hope to see you soon. Bye, everybody.